today I'm talking about 3 Korean thriller films, all featuring this Korean actor. And the names of those 3 movies are The Uninvited, Blood, the Last Vampire, and The Berlin File. What this stuff is The Uninvited. This is a 2003 film, and the basic premise is about this man who sees a couple of dead girls on a train and is then haunted by that experience. He also meets a woman who is maybe schizophrenic, or maybe she can provide answers to his past that he hasn't thought about in decades. And it's pretty good. I definitely enjoyed it. I liked the story a lot. The story was really good. It was really interesting. I liked the places it went to. It was a solid mystery. And then the scary stuff we got was so good. Like, I want to avoid spoilers, but we see some kind of gruesome stuff. We don't see blood, but we see these moments happen that are really like burned into my brain. They're very effective. The issue with the movie is that it's pretty slow and those scary things are spaced a little too far apart. We really needed some more stuff because they did really nail what was there, but it's just not enough. And then on top of that, I don't feel like the mystery / story perfectly came together in the end. I do think the ending was interesting, but it wasn't as satisfying as I wanted it to be. It's not bad, but I think a little bit more revision would have helped. I enjoyed this movie a good solid amount, and I would recommend it. If you can handle slow movies and you like horror thriller stuff, like, yeah, no, this is definitely one that's worth checking out for sure. Just be in mind it is a little sparing at times, but if you can handle that, you should be in for a good experience. So yeah, no, solid film, I would recommend. Next up is Blood, the Last Vampire. This is a 2009 film that is a remake adaptation of an anime of the same name, which I haven't seen and didn't know existed until I was already set on watching this one. The basic premise is kind of like Blade. This woman is half vampire and she goes around killing vampires as well as mystical creature. And there's definitely a lot of interesting ideas that I like a lot, for sure. And I think most of the performances are good. Like, don't get me wrong, there are some very bad performances, but on the whole, the actors are good. This is a very effects-heavy film, and they don't really hold up. I don't think they would have even been good at the time, and I was even watching like a lower resolution version of this film, and that kind of masks some of the shittiness of the graphics, but like, it was still not great. I feel like in order for this to have been a live-action film, it needed a bigger budget, because just like the universe and story, I think really lend themselves easily to animation where it's unlimited budget. And I just kept thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, this is kind of a cool action set piece, but it would look so much better if it was drawn. So the more I watch the movie, I'm like, I just wish I would have watched the anime instead, because I feel like every little complaint I have would be addressed in the anime and it would be so much better. I know my brother really likes the anime. He lent me the DVD. I will get to it eventually. So yeah, no, it was okay. It was fine. It reminds me a lot of Underworld, or kind of any of those mid to late aught films that are like lower budget, dark sci-fi fantasy stuff, which there was a whole slew of during that time period. So it's definitely trying to cash in on the success of other films in the genre. And it's okay. Critics definitely hate it a lot more than me. I don't know about fans of the original, but once I check out the original, I will definitely let you know if this thing holds up to that. So would I recommend it? If you like dumb, fun, gruesome, fantasy action films, sure. It's definitely a turn your brain off type of film. So if it feels like it might be your jam, go for it. But if nothing about what I've said really piqued your interest, yeah, no, it's an easy one to skip. So yeah, no, it's an okay little film that I would only sort of recommend. And lastly is The Berlin File. This is a 2013 film, and the basic premise is really complicated and convoluted. Basically, it's set in Germany, so there's local Germans, but then there's also South Koreans and North Koreans and Israelis, and I think another group that I'm forgetting about, and they're all after information about stuff. It's definitely very convoluted convoluted and confusing, and I kind of stopped caring about certain aspects of the film fairly quickly. I will say, it looks really gorgeous. Like, it's definitely a beautifully shot film. And then the action is definitely top-notch. It's super fun, it's intense, it's interesting. I was thinking to myself while watching the film that it feels very much so like The Bourne Identity. That was the director's intention. He was very inspired by that movie. So like, if you like that sort of aesthetic, I think there's a lot for you to chew on. The issue is just the story is a lot. There's so many characters, and there's people who double cross each other and triple cross, and it's just bundle of mess. So that's a bit frustrating. But if you don't mind being confused and just want some good fun action, yeah, I think there are elements of this film that I enjoyed a good amount, and who knows, maybe you'll understand it better than I did. So yeah, if you like Jason Bourne films and are itching for a little bit more of that, check it out. Don't get your hopes up too high, but like, it's not a bad film. It's alright. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got The Uninvited, sitting at number 113 in the quite like section. And then after that is Blood the Last Vampire, sitting at number 140 in the liked section. And then bringing up the rear, very close behind, is The Berlin File, sitting at number 142, again in the liked section. And this have a total of 216 old movies so far this year.